Well, if you ask me, I'll tell you the plain truth that education is very important, paramount to socioeconomic and political development. It's one of the greatest gifts or weapons, as it were, that you can use to develop a people and a nation. Nigeria is not an exception. And that is what we're looking at this morning. How well are we using this vital tool, this vital gift and weapon to actually drive development from the top down or from the down to the very top, whichever way you choose to go about implementing educational policy. Beyond the issues of education in general, we will be focusing more on the issues concerning polytechnics and university. Tertiary education, no doubt, is one of the most contentious and controversial issues in Nigeria when we discuss the issues, the merits, the demerits of government policy somersault, and of course the many challenges that both the lecturers and the students face in actually getting or giving quality and of course quantitative education. One issue that usually emanates from our tertiary institutions normally has to do with the issue of dichotomy between those who go to polytechnics and those who go to monotechnics and those who go to university proper. It is continuing talking about the debate as regards how should they be regarded, a graduate of a university and a graduate of a polytechnic or a monotechnic. Some will say that there is no difference, but others will say that there is a lot of difference because really they have a different modus operandi, they have different reasons that were founded and to achieve a different result. But beyond this issue, you also find out that many would say that it is very important that we begin to look at evolving developments, look at the trend in the world over, whereby people are now moving away from the old way of doing things to a new age of doing things. Would you say that this is what informed the Ogun State government in tinkering with the idea of changing the outlook or the focus of the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, which was founded, and of course, a prestigious one at that in Ogun State that has produced so many great different fields of endeavor, and of course, different profession. Even the incumbent governor is a proud alumnus of that great institution. But on March 14, the state government himself signed uh, into law the law that actually makes Poly, that is Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, a university. Even though the modalities are yet to be fully worked out, we understand that it's a committee set up by the governor himself to actually look at all this, reconcile all the issues, reconcile all the different agitations from different quarters and stakeholders during the public hearing conducted for this particular upgrade of Mapoli to university, and then come up with a working paper, a working document that will actually help make that Mapoli a true degree awarding institution. What are the issues? What are the challenges that they might face? What about the infrastructural angle to it all? Do they have the financial capacity? Does the state even have the financial capacity to do this? But of course, when there is the will, there will always be the way. It has already started. The motion is in full swing, and let us see how this will end at the end of the day. We have someone in the studio that will be able to look at all these issues very objectively and of course critically. He himself is a lecturer, and we're into two caps this morning on the show. Apart from being an analyst and a lecturer of that prestigious institution, he's also the chairman of the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic, a Poly chapter. I'm talking of no one else but Mr. Kola Abiola. Yeah, welcome to the Daybreak show once again, Mr. Abiola.
Good morning. Good morning, listeners.
All right, Mr. Abiola, before we go into the nitty-gritty of what's happening at Poly, education in general, especially at the tertiary level, is usually causing so many debates, different for people comparing universities to polytechnics to monotechnics. And would you say this debate is can be justified? And what really are the issues causing this debate and comparisons?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me in the studio. In my own opinion, I think there is no need for this debate about superiority between the university and the polytechnic. The two institutions are set up for various reasons, for different reasons to accomplish certain goals. But if you look at Nigerian history, the first polytechnic we have, or the first higher institution that we have in Nigeria, Yaba College of Technology, 1938, if I'm right, was set out to do some certain things. And we borrowed this leaf from our colonial masters. But as of 1992, 25 years ago, our colonial masters have seen the need to move on. And for those elderly listeners, you know that what you now have as London Metropolitan University used to be City of London Polytechnic. The Birmingham Polytechnic has turned to Birmingham University, and Coventry, and so many others. And so the only thing that is constant in life is change. This polytechnic was set up to meet the manpowers of various countries then, to meet up with their industrialization challenge. And having fulfilled this, you need, okay, what are the requirements for the polytechnic sector? These are the requirements. But over the years, you'll see that it's a thin line between the requirement of the university and the polytechnic. So there is no basis for distinction again, except for Nigeria that you probably cannot be a professor in the polytechnic. 20 years ago, you probably will not find anybody with a PhD in the polytechnic. But I don't see any department in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic of today that does not have a PhD in their department. And every month, somebody is congratulated. Thank you for becoming a PhD. Congratulations for becoming a doctor too. So you see that the lines are gradually fading off. Polytechnic, university, and I think graduates of these two schools should not be judged by the color of their certificates, but the quality of their brains. Nigeria should have transcended beyond judging people by where you. Let me take an example for you. If you go to the oil industry and the brewing industry, they bring in expatriates from Filipino and from Holland, and they say they are expatriates. These people are actually graduates of technical school. But because of what they can do, they earn more money even than our so-called university graduates. So I think, in my own opinion, people should not longer be judged by the color of their certificate, but by the capacity of their brain.
Okay, going by the upgrading of the Polytechnic to Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology now, what is the sole aim for doing this?
Let me first congratulate His Excellency Senator Egwuonwu Amoso, FCA, for signing the bill into law. You know, most of us, we are quick to castigate and see the bad things the politicians do. But sometimes when they do the good things, we should also tell them that they have done well. 7 or 6 years ago, when he was coming in as the governor, he said he was going to turn Moshood Abiola Polytechnic into a university. And I remember that our union met with him, and he said, because we actually accused him that being an alumnus of the school, he has not done anything. He said, I'm going to do big thing for you. And then, in my own humble opinion, Moshood Abiola Polytechnic translating to a university is long overdue. There is a manpower, there is a capacity to be able to do it, there is the space, and most of our courses that we run will meet the NUC requirement. And so it's like I said, it's something that is long overdue, and that's why we said we congratulated the governor that he promised and he has a political will to be able to do it.
Okay, now let me quickly take you back before we come back to my poly. Let me quickly take you back to your position earlier. You cited examples of Coventry University and London Metropolitan University. Uh, what would you say is then the rationale behind transitioning or um, making a polytechnic a university when the polytechnic was designed to actually fill in technological gap and industrial gap in the country?
Yeah. Like I said, Toby, if I bring in somebody into the studio or into your station, for example, and you know from all human angle you are better than this person, but this person is your boss only because of the color of his certificate. The amount of work that you put into, is it going to increase or decrease? And so you look at the morale of people, irrespective of how good you are in the civil service in Nigeria today. If you are an HND holder, your bar is level 14. And this has been the cry of every polytechnic graduate over the years. Remove this dichotomy, remove this dichotomy. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo tried to do this, but it was not gazetted, so it couldn't happen. But fortunately, those people that are saddled with the responsibility, the Council of Establishment, met sometimes in July 2016 in Mina, and they voted that this dichotomy should be abolished. That you are, with your HND and your BSc, you are now at power. You can rise to the peak of your career depending on your ability. So if that is what we have now, and I think Kano State, for example, has done that. If you have a PhD in Kano, there's no bar for you again. You can go higher there. But for even the lecturers in the Polytechnic to be able to attain their own desire of getting to the top, you cannot have a professor in a Polytechnic, but you can have a professor in the university. So even when you are you are looking at the career of your product, as in your student, you are looking at the career of the lecturers too. And some courses basically might not be able to be offered in the Polytechnic. But if you have a state that has the capacity to be able to accommodate all these courses, and I see no reason why they should not transform into a university. And I tell you, Ogun State has always been in the forefront of being the first to have this, the first to have this. As of last week, while I was in Jos, I know for certain some other state governors are also taking a clue from Ogun State governor, and they are trying to see what they can do with their own polytechnic, turn it into a degree awarding institution or becoming a polytechnic.
That is my apprehension, Mr. Abiola, because these polytechnics have a reason. There were aims, there were goals, there were objectives for them to be established. You've also touched on it. Now, when we gradually move to an era whereby those who founded them, those who are supposed to manage them and administer these institutions, are now changing the focus, changing gear, as it were, turning them into University of Technology. So, which institutions will now feel the gap that these institutions have been provided?
Take, for instance, the 6334 education system that we're practicing.
Yes.
It allows for compulsory primary education and for compulsory 3 years junior secondary school education. It is not compulsory that you have to do 3 years senior secondary school. And that's why you have a technical school. And the technical school is supposed to equip people that have ability in skills and that they can use their hand very well. But yes, you can still have your exams that you do very well. But if that is properly taken care of, and the university, if you go to England that way, I made an example of, for example, you don't see any polytechnic graduate again And even then, when we are abolishing it with your HND, you probably could be able to do your masters with good grade. But yet, there has not been any space. There has not been any vacuum in the product that they're having. Then I employ you as a graduate. I need you to be able to use your head and to be able to use your hand. And so the whole essence of it is to have in one person, what we call a turnkey. One person, you are able to do it well at all time. You are good with your hand, and yet you can still reason, do your research, and the product of your research you can bring into reality. I think that is the whole essence of bringing all the technological aspect of the technology into research base, so that whatever you have done in your research could actually be put
so that I can be end product.
End product.
Now, let us look at the pros and the cons of my poly transitioning into a University of Technology. What do you see are the merits and the demerits?
I see a lot of merit. I see a lot of merit in it for the students, for the staff.
Let's start with the students.
At least for the first time, you see students that are no longer seeing themselves from the beginning of their academic career as a second fiddle to anybody. And let me also say that for the first time in the history of Nigeria, you see the Council of Heads of School, the Association for Rectors in all Polytechnics, working with the union, that's the Academic Stafff Union of Polytechnics. Because I remember before the sitting of the Council of Establishment last year, they worked with us and to be able to achieve that. And to that extent, you see that if you take, for example, Ogun State, for example, all the rectors in Ogun State are PhD holders and prof. And I'm sure that these people did not go to a polytechnic, but when they came, they see what is there and they believe in this system. And they have helped that, okay, remove the stigma from the student that they are no longer second-class citizen. Last year, JAM cut-off mark for university and polytechnic was the same. So you choose to go to a polytechnic not because I didn't make the university, it's because I want to go to a polytechnic. And gone were the days that you say that polytechnic will admit anybody with 3 credits or 4 credits. The same O-level requirement of the university is the same O-level requirement of the polytechnic. And like I said on your program before, I don't see any student or any graduate of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic not fitting to any higher institution anywhere in the world. They are properly grounded. Now it has forced them to get to the peak of their career. The limitations has been removed. They're no longer second-class citizens. And for the staff too, if you are a doctor at less than 40 and you choose to remain in the polytechnic education, it means you will remain a doctor at retirement. But now it has afforded you to get to the peak of your career and you don't need to run to seek for any greener pasture anywhere. You stay within the confines of where you have started and what you love doing in your lab or wherever your space that you find to do your research, and you go. And I must say that too, that because most developed countries don't have polytechnic again, there are some funds that are not available to polytechnics in Nigeria. And if Moshood Abiola Polytechnic is now transiting to the University of Science and Technology, aside the fact that you get finances from the owner of the school, the state government, you are also you get finances from other agencies around the world that are willing to invest in the University of Science and Technology. So that is also an advantage for the school.
Okay, the transition now will also involve the change of name and then where it will be cited. Do you have issues with this?
No. The transition, the name is still the name
Maltech.
Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology.
That's Maltech.
I don't have an acronym yet. So if you say Maltech, what about the Abiolita that is there? There is still A. What about the science? So if there is MAUST and A for Abiolita, Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology, it is still going to be in the present site of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic. And that's why you saw that the governor signed 2 bills the one for the creation of Ogun State Polytechnic in Epokia. So Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology is still going to be resident on the present space and location of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic.
But you have available land for expansion, for growth.
I'm sure. I don't know if you have been to the school.
Of course.
Do you know that the school land gets to as far as getting to Obada along that bridge?
Wow.
And that expanse of land. So land is not an issue for Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology.
Now, if I go into the words of Mr. Governor while he was applauding the House of Assembly for the speedy passage of this bill that he forwarded to them earlier. He talked about the institution having multi-campus and then multi-campuses rather, and then he said government will engage professionals and people of high knowledge to provide a technical guide. Now, that takes me aback a bit because I begin to wonder, are there no professionals and institutions? Are there no people with the technical guides that technical know-how that could guide the government on how they should go about this University of Science and Technology?
Before I answer you, please read that again.
The governor said that institutions will be multi-campus. Government will engage professionals and people of high knowledge to provide the technical guide.
You said to provide the technical guide.
Yes. And there are no people with this expertise, with this technical know-how in the institution?
You agree with me that this is a first in Nigeria.
Okay.
And if you are going to be a first and you are not going to do it right, there's no reason for you doing it at all. And so if it's going to be a first, you must bring in the best people that you can assemble together so that eventually there will not be knocks, there will be kudos. It is not that there are not enough people in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic right now that can do it. But if you say anybody in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic now, we are all in the Polytechnic, not in the university. So you need people. You don't need. I'm sure that the governor is not. What the governor is saying is that he's not bringing in people from the university. He will bring people that have technical expertise in transforming a polytechnic into a university. There are a lot of things that will be done in the process. A lot of T's to be crossed and I's to be dotted, and you bring in professionals in different fields. It's just like you're doing project management. Yes. You bring in professionals in different fields to be able to harmonize all loose ends and be able to bring a quality thing. So in my opinion, I think the governor and his team, they're trying to do a quality job, do it right the first time. And so the best of brain that they can bring together to be able to fashion a policy that will make this smooth transition, and eventually when the school is going to start, there will be less of bottlenecks. And for the multi-campus issue, right now we don't have too much of information as regards that. But we know that they're going to start on this space that we have.
Was the union invited to the public hearing?
We were at the public hearing.
You were at the public hearing. Were you carried along in this whole process?
They gave us opportunity to talk.
Okay. What were the things that you put forward?
And the reason with us. When at the public hearing, the name of the university was supposed to be Moshood Abiola University of Technology.
Okay.
And we as a union felt that if you have a Moshood Abiola University of Technology, it's a specialized university. Some courses cannot be categorized as under technology. And what happens to all courses that are not under technology? And so we did tinkering with names and to be able to accommodate all the present courses that we had, and we made a presentation and they agreed with us. And so as it is, when Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology is going to start, all courses of the present day Moshood Abiola Polytechnic should start with the university.
New courses will be included?
I might not say new courses will be included at the takeoff, but even before the takeoff of this university, I'm sure Moshood Abiola Polytechnic is going to add new courses to the list of courses that we have before the university takeoff. So if those courses come on board before the university takeoff, then it means we are going to have new courses from Moshood Abiola Polytechnic taking off with Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology.
Okay, while you were talking about the merits and demerits now, you mentioned the benefits to both the students and the staff. So what of the people out there? What do they stand to gain? What do they stand to benefit from this transition?
I'm sure you're aware that if students of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic go home for 2 weeks, the economic activities in Pansheke, Onimida, and environs go down. And if eventually the school starts the university starts in this present side, meaning in the course of next 5 years, there will be more courses in the university, meaning more students in Abeokuta. Hostels will come up, houses pay up, and it will also have the economic benefit on the people. I'm sure that people in that axis don't like students of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic going home on break because it has an effect on their business. So also, when you have a university, it also has a multiplying effect on the environment.
Okay, now, can we pinpoint any challenge this will have? We have mentioned so many merits and benefits, but what's about the demerits? What challenge do you think this will have? Any?
Yes, we envisage that there will be challenge when you start a new project. There's going to be challenge or challenges, as the case may be. But when the governor said he was setting up a high-powered technical committee, we also want to believe that they have envisaged that there is going to be challenges, and they are trying to reduce it to the barest minimum. So we are hoping that they are looking at all angles to the smooth takeoff of the university. But as a union, we can only be apprehensive of what happens to our members, and I think to a reasonable extent, the failures that we are getting is our members are safe, and that the governor and his team means well for the Polytechnic transiting into a University of Science and Technology. And quickly, let me correct. Last week we released a communique, and I think a radio station, not Rock City FM, misinterpreted our communique, saying that the union is asking for a delay of 2 years in the taking off of the university. I want to say categorically here that at any time, the Union of Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic Moshood Abiola chapter has never asked for the delay in a day. Rather, we have said that this transition is long overdue, and so we have welcomed with open hands.
All right, now let me quickly talk about this. Mr. Abiola, so many times we've heard reports of your students coming with innovations and inventions that are very good, that have been certified to have met all standards, world standards as regards technology. And some have provided or have produced generators, some solar powered machines, so many other things like that. They even produced a machine some time ago that could be used for electronic voting. I understand. Now, what has stalled the transition of these innovations to being marketed, to being commercialized?
Like I said earlier in one of the questions you asked me, some of the challenges has been fun, and like I said, one of the disadvantages of a polytechnic is that you don't have access to too much international grants, and so when you have a university, you are exposed to some international grants that could give you leverage to market this product that you have said. It's a fact. The recent student union government election that was done by e-voting and a lot of other things. If you go to that axis at Yano Safari axis there are 3 or 4 street lights standing there, solar powered. They are done by students of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic. And I want to state that in all those axes, all the solar thing that was done at the same time with that, it's only those ones done by the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic students that are still standing. And you see that you find our students excelling in various spheres of life that they have found themselves, engineering, science and technology, and go. But the limitations has been the platform, the name. And that's why I was amused when somebody said we are not welcoming it, because we also know the benefit that we come to us when your students can get on an international platform. It rubs on the lecturers too.
Okay, let's look at the students now who are undergoing their ND and HND. What becomes of them? Is there any hope for them to complete that lesson?
Naturally, they will finish the program in which they came in for. They were admitted for either ordinary national diploma or higher national diploma. So eventually, when the university is going to start, you finish the program for which you are admitted first, and then if you are going to be reabsorbed either through direct entry or whatever means that they are going to give the student of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic as alumnus of the present site and for the contribution they have made to the school. I think that will be worked out later, but I know that they will be allowed to finish the program in which they came in for.
Okay.
All right. If you're just joining us, what we're looking at this morning on Citizens Forum has to do with tertiary education, with special focus on Moshood Abiola Polytechnic transitioning into Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology. Built. We have in the studio Mr. Kola Abiola, the chairman, Academic Stafff Union of Polytechnic, Poly chapter. We'll try to take some contributions before we go to break for the national news at 10. We don't have much time though, but we can still accommodate a few. 0809 868 7344 and 0909 146 9670 are the numbers to call. You can also reach us via the short code 32120. Or you have to reach the type rock, ROCK, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120.
And also the Twitter handle at Rock City FM and the Facebook fan page Rock City 101.9 FM. Dial the studio line 0809 868 7344 or 0909 146 9670. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning to you all in the studio.
Good morning.
You have Jensen Adin. I'm calling from Jako here in Ogun State.
Thank you for calling.
I welcome your guest to the studio.
Thank you, sir.
And the first question I want to ask is, I want to ask him, what's the population of the entire student of the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic? Then secondly, I want to also comment on the existing higher institution in Ogun State. And if you cast your mind back, when the present governor got to power, we tried to reform the whole and restructure the entire institution. Some of them be mine. You have like 11 higher institutions, 3 universities or 2, 3. So several polytechnics, colleges of education, and a college of health sciences, nursing, and about 11. Now you are creating another one. You are upgrading another one, so to say, and one in Epokia. Whereas to set the entire student population, I've done some research, the entire student population of all the universities in Ogun State and all the university of education, they are not even enough. They are less than 200,000. So I would go to see that a single university has up to 450 to 500,000. So why is it not possible to merge this institution for Ogun State and create multiple campuses? Like University of London, you have them in more than 80 countries in the world. And you go to their headquarters in England, East London there, just in 4 places. Why are we to multiply our overhead? That is my question. And for that, to that extent, with the falling income of the state and the federal and the state level, all these institutions will become unviable. And your university will just remain as glorified secondary. That is just, look at the existing one. They have been brought to the threshold of becoming maximum for one single university. And we are creating additional. I think all the protecting in the state should be matched to someone. The same for university. That is my own observation, and I want you to react to this morning.
Okay.
Right,
Invariably, that will be the only call for now. Okay.
All right, quickly react to that.
Let me start by saying that you made an example of University of London, and I'm sure you remember sometimes ago, some of our university has multi-campuses, and then UC had to tell them to come back to one to their locations. And there is a minimum to which you can attend per class. And if you follow JAM very well, what is the percentage of people sitting for JAM that are admitted every year? And so when government create more platform for students to be admitted, I think it should be a welcome development. And if you look at Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, for example, I want to stand to be corrected. The only state polytechnic in this part of Nigeria that does not have issues with salaries and co. Thank God for the kind of leadership that we have, Professor Oludele Itiola. And so when you have administrators that are able to manage resources, then I don't think that will be an issue. And if you come to Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, you see that, like Tobi mentioned, a lot of ingenuity that we have in our IGR, how we are able to support ourselves. And if we are now creating, or the government is giving us a platform to be able to better the lot of our students and better the lot of staff, I think we should encourage them. As for the number of tertiary institutions that is available in Ogun State, I stand to be corrected. Those institutions has not been able to accommodate half of the number of students that want to go to higher institution per year in Ogun State.
All right, we're going to break now for the national news at 10. After national news, we will come back and continue our discussion this morning on Citizens Forum. Mr. Kola Abiola, ASUP chairman, Mapoli chapter will still be here in the studio. Stay with us. Everything possible, governments, people, every one of us to support people's dreams. It is in this the same light that we are looking at how to support the dreams of so many students of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, many of them with innovative ideas, with inventions, with creativity that could be commercialized and turned into fast money-making venture that will not only benefit themselves, their family, or even the institution, but also the state and Nigeria in general. The transitioning of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic into a University of Science and Technology may be the right step in the right direction in actualizing this particular goal. We have in the studio Mr. Kola Abiola, the chair of Academic Stafff Union of Polytechnic, Mapoli chapter, in the studio. We're looking at all these issues concerning Mapoli transitioning into a University of Science and Technology. Earlier on, we took the contribution of Benson Adio, and I think it was already taken care of by Mr. Kola Abiola. Let us now take more of your contributions right about now. 0809-868-7344 and 0909-146-9670 are the numbers to call. You can also reach us via the short code 32120. Just type rock, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120. Our social media platforms are also available. If you're on Facebook, our Facebook fan page is Rock City FM 101.9. Just drop your comments or questions as it were. Twitter handle remains at Rock City FM. At Rock City FM. You can also tweet your contributions or questions. Let's go straight to the calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Emeka, aka Big Daddy.
Okay.
Welcome our guest this morning. Hello?
Good
Yes,
morning,
we can hear
Mr.
you.
Mika.
Yeah, I'm directly to our guest this morning. Please, I don't know what state they are going to gain from this changing of this institution. Or what they are going to, what are they going to lose on it? Please enlighten us. Have a nice day.
Okay, sir.
You too. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Oh, we lost that call. Please try and call back. 0809-868-7344 or 0909-146-9670. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Benga. I'm from Adige.
Benga.
Yeah, from Adige.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to ask a question from our guest this morning. First and foremost, I want to the record of the governor of the state. And my question is, I want to know the fate of those people that from my police from 10 years ago. That's my question.
Okay.
Okay.
He wants to know the fate of those that finished 10 years ago. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Okay, you may use the other line 0809-868-7344 or 0909-146-9670. And you may also do a quick one to the shortcut dial 321208 it is. Just type rock, leave a space, type your message, include your name and send it to 32120. The Twitter handle at Rock City FM. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Olumide. I'm calling from Chienye State.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Kola Abiola, thanks for the good job and thanks for the presentation this morning. I want to advise ASUP as regards the project in terms of student project, solar power generator. If ASUP can develop a program to market the products on behalf of the students to entrepreneurs on the street. There's some guys that work in mobile Chevron that they are designing or retiring, and they need to invest the money into engineering technology. So I think this project could be a way where they could make their money, whereby also employing students being the main actor that did the project. So we also, like you said, the Polytechnic is supposed to be the main source of technology development in the country. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, it has never been like that. Our guys are looking for fast and quick money. So I would advise ASUP, if they can take a lead and drive this kind of project, and so that they can create employment for these graduates also in future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, we've got you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Ngadi is my name from Misalaki, Abeokuta.
Thank you.
Your name
Yeah,
again?
good morning, Diori. Ngadi from Misalaki, Abeokuta.
All right, bring that there. Thank you for calling.
Okay, sir. The resource person from the police. Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Yeah.
sir.
Do you want to honestly, remember the word honestly, tell us that the project you're talking about, share the solar energy project, is exclusively underlined the product of my police students? Because from what I know there are outsiders involved. This is Nigerians. This is Rock City FM, the voice of the people. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We had one more call to it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chienye.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tobi.
Good morning.
Mr. Kola Abiola, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Pastor Cholama Kinde. I am calling from Owu Kingdom, Egwuonwu. Yes, I just want to express my opinion on the decision of the state government turning Moshood Abiola Polytechnic into a university. It's a very good program. But my position is that the existing state universities in Ogun State are poorly funded. You agree with me? The salary is not being regularly paid. Do you think the government will be able to fund this new one so as not to become a mushroom university, so to say? Thank you very much, and God bless Ogun State and God bless Nigeria.
All right, God bless you too. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Comrade Egwuonwu.
Thank you.
Comrade Kola.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, it's a long time. It is a project we have been expecting, and I'm happy it is happening during your tenure.
Thank you very much, sir.
In fact, this transmission of this Mapoli University is overdue, because I know Mapoli has enough capacity, enough equipment, enough workforce to be a university. You will remember in 2005, 2004, 2005, Mapoli was prize as the best managed institution in US management in Nigeria Polytechnics. And I know with what we have on ground in Mapoli can be a university. Either we like it or not, I know one day Mapoli is the university, and this is what we are now seeing. The governor is really trying. All what he's doing in elevating everything, especially the roads, construction,
And eventually, this transmission of Apollo to university, I'm very, very happy because some of these our students in Abeokuta State were clamoring going to university because of the relation between the university and polytechnic. So this one will make people going to Adoki, going to going to Ilorin, going to Abuja to stay in our place and study. And I'm happy, and I know that God grace, God will help the government in setting the university and make sure it is also an empathic capacity of the management of the institution, both the union, the lecturers, and the students. We are all coordinated, and I know by God grace we are going to achieve our aim. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your effort. All what you have said, I quite 100% agree. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right.
Okay, there's a caller after this. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tobi. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, Comrade Abiola, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, very well. My name is Kola Abiola. I'm calling from the
Your name again, please.
My name is Abiola.
Okay, sir.
I'm calling from Abeokuta.
Thank you.
Yes. You see, there is a marked dichotomy between university education and part of the polytechnic. So we just have to be on the frank with ourselves. You know, if this difference has not been put on the clear, I don't see any reason why the state government will want to, elevate the status of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic into University of Technology. I want to believe that everybody, all people that look, you have this dichotomy, you have this differences, and as there is not, one level of establishment of the university is different from that of the technique, because the curriculum and the subject and the policy and the establishing, differ. So if we have to, look at these two areas, we must commend the state government with a stimulatory, despite the limited resources at the disposal of the state government to consult education at this particular point in time when people are clamoring for what to do. So, despite all of the government benefits, I want to commend Egwuonwu and all those people that are involved. Yes, there is this question I want to ask you, Abiola. That is in terms of the polytechnic, you have a judge, you have a chairman, the government council. So I know in the university you must have Dennis, you must have it. Will there be an automatic elevation of what operates now with the leadership of the Alaba Lawsuit at the head of our party?
Okay, that ends it. Okay, quickly react to the issues raised.
Thank you very much, listeners and callers. I'll start from Mr. Tunde Omolaolu. Let me quickly inform you that presently Moshood Abiola Polytechnic does not have a governing council. The tenure of Iyalode Alaba Lawson has long expired since 2016. But like we said earlier, the governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosu, has said that they are going to set up a high-powered technical committee to look into all this. So all those technical issues as to the hierarchy, I think will be sorted out in those committee. And you talked about curriculum. Sometimes last year I was on this station and with my colleague from the Federal University of Technology, Abeokuta, and I said that I stand to be corrected that anybody that has gone 2 years training, that is the national diploma in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, will fit in perfectly and conveniently well in any university. And I dare say that I can bring the curriculum of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic to want to compare with any curriculum of any school in Nigeria. It is not an inferior curriculum. The MBT, the regulating body of polytechnics in Nigeria, has given only a minimum benchmark of curriculum. And I know that Moshood Abiola Polytechnic constantly is upgrading its curriculum to give its students the best. Because what we normally tell our students is, if there are 2 polytechnics per state in Nigeria, meaning that you have about 72 polytechnics in Nigeria, when you go to the labor field, they are not going to ask for which school have you come from. They are going to ask for what is going to distinguish you from your colleague. And that is what we prepare them for, what we give them, so that they are able to stand out. And you see that like the school anthem, your product, seen here and there, excel, strengthen, open else. They have really gone out to demonstrate what they have been able to imbibe in the school. And I dare say that our products are doing very well everywhere. Comrade Egwuonwu, thanks for the comment. Pastor Shola, you said about funding. I know some times ago in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, we used to collect our salary on the 57, on the 58. And right now, even when all schools are going on strike, I can't say that anybody will remember that Moshood Abiola Polytechnic has gone on an internally that we have internal problem and we have gone on strike, except our national body called us to join on strike. We have not had issues. But what we have been self-sufficient. We have funded ourselves very well, and the rector and the management of the Polytechnic, Director Professor Itola, has done very well in managing the resources. And I think if we have been able to survive this last 3 years, even in economic recession, and we don't have financial crisis in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, if given a little bit more, I think Moshood Abiola Polytechnic or Moshood Abiola University of Science and Technology, we don't have the problem of fund. Remember I said, if just given more, we will do well. We have management team that are financially prudent, and we prioritize a lot of things, and they have been able to do well to meet, if not all that is required to run the school effectively well, at least they have been able to move above the minimum benchmark to see that the school is running and running effectively well. Mr. Adeyemi, you said if I should talk honestly, I stand here and I'm telling you honestly, if you say that you know that external people are involved in this project, is a lecturer an external person? Is an HND2 graduate intending HND2 graduate of a school and an external person mentoring ND1? Or is somebody that has graduated waiting to serve, that has done a project that was not completed and is being completed by the student coming after him and now liaising with the person that actually started the project? You know, when you say the word research, the actual meaning of the word research is and search. That thing has been done before. You are only doing it again, either to confirm what that person has done or to improve on it. So I want to say that I am here and I'm telling listeners that what you find that our products are honestly being done by our students. And Mr. Olumide, you make mention of our entrepreneurship. Maybe when we are going to have our open day, I wish I have your number. I will invite you to Moshood Abiola Polytechnic to come and witness the open day of the entrepreneurship program that we run in Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, and you'll see a lot of ingenuity from our students. We will welcome people that are willing to invest in our students, people that will take them up and will be able to commercialize their product. Tobi mentioned earlier some of the things that we've done. Last year, some students from our computer science went for this Facebook competition, and they came out third in all tertiary institutions in Nigeria. And our accountancy students are doing very fantastically well. I don't know how many schools are producing chartered accountant even from first year in HND or their second year in HND. And like I said here before, our mass communication students are everywhere and they are doing excellently well. So to that extent, I think maybe when the school wants to have its open day for the entrepreneurship, we'll just tell the school to make it a public thing so that people can come and see actually what the students of that school are doing in conjunction with their teachers. Mr. Benga, you said, what is the fate of students that have graduated from the school 10 years ago? I want to tell you that your records are going to be intact. Nothing is going to happen to your records. Your records will still be there for you to be able to see and assess. And like I said, the modalities for which if you want to come back to the school, are being worked out. And like I said earlier, we are appealing to the state government to pressure the federal government. Like the Kano state government has released a circular that anybody with HND and a PGD, that's a postgraduate diploma, should not suffer the consequence of having to remain or cannot go beyond level 14 in the civil service. You have an HND and a PGD in Kano State now, you can get to level 17. And that's what the Council of Establishment has done in Mina. July last year to remove the limits, and we're just appealing to the federal government to bring out this thing and actualize it so that there will no longer be any restriction based on the color of your certificate. Mr. Emeka, you said what is the gain from conversion? And I'm sure you are aware that last year the JAM were thinking of the validity period of the exam result, and they were contemplating 2 years or 3 years of go. If JAM is contemplating 2 years for JAM result, meaning that they know that, you know that God has blessed Nigeria with population. By 2020, they said we are going to hit 210 million. And how many universities do we have? How many people are coming out of our secondary school every year? What is the percentage that this higher institution can accommodate? The watchword: if our leaders can be financially prudent. If somebody said earlier in the program that University of London has campuses in almost all the countries of the world, if they are not prudent with their finances, they will not be able to have it. So if a state has the vision and the wisdom to be able to establish more universities, and the administrators of those universities are financially prudent, um, don't forget the fact that in a school, a class cannot be more than a particular size. So irrespective of how big the school is, the regulators of that school will say you cannot admit more than a particular number of people. So a lot of people are still short outside. But if there are many schools, these people have advantage, and they can still go into that school and be able to do it. So the gain from that conversion is that you have more students getting opportunity to go to school. You have more students getting opportunity not to waste time at home, to get involved in other things. I think that's it.
All right, let's
take the tweets and messages. Okay. Anima Shaun Sharif, if all polytechnics are converted to universities of technology, which institution will be left to perform the role of a polytechnic? Akimade Oluwatobi, if most countries don't have polytechnics anymore, why create new one in place of Mapoli? Anima Shaun Sharif, are you advising polytechnics be scrapped? I hope you're taking notes, comrade.
Yes.
Then
You're very fast.
Oluseun Ayola Omar, I'm worried about the funding of three universities in Ogun State. The two other ones are still clamoring for more funds, and then yet we have another. Then Mike the Pundit, what will be the fate of students currently on IT now? Oluseun Ayola Omar, one is being created. Why is the government taking less cognizance of debt for state? Let him know he can't have everything in Ogun State. Oluwaseyi Emmanuel, the upgrading of Mapoli to University of Technology shows that the school is deviating from its original plan. Why the upgrade at the moment? Yemi Da Vinci, given our population and the fact that 70% of it are under 30, we need more universities and polytechnics, but is there money to do this? Comrade Kola, now that you'll be the ASU chairman, how are the academic staff preparing for the upgrade of the school? Oluwaseyi Emmanuel, why didn't the school remain as it is? I hope the motive behind the upgrades won't be political. Yemi Da Vinci, comrade, will new staff be employed for the university while the services of the present staff members moved to Ikpokia? Then Leo 6 Technologies, what happens to management courses since Mapli turns to Science and Technology University, especially since 70% of its revenue comes from there? Olatunde Tijani, what happens to the management courses? Okay, still the same question. Akimbola RT, it's a good development. When will the school commence admission as a university? Akimbola RT, will HND graduates be able to secure admission into 300 level? Will HND graduates be able to secure admission into 300 level? Then John Adeolu Bravo, I said it when Babcock DVC came that if you give others a chance, they will say much more going on in the schools. Mapoli deserves the upgrade. Then Mapoli has been self-sufficient for years. The upgrade is timely. Then Oluwaseyi Emmanuel, ask your guests the criteria for upgrading it to university and what are the negatives and possible implications. That's all the tweets for now.
Okay.
Let me add these messages so that you will handle all this together. I appreciate the efforts of Mapoli Entrepreneurial Studies. Mapoli has been helping in unemployment reduction. Honorable Bajoma Bayomi from FUNAP sent in that one. This one says, what is the fate of those who are unable to get a result from the mass communication department due to corruption there for about 3 to 4 years now? Reverend Orekoya has sent in that. And this one says, I pray you get students of science for the university. What is keeping Mapoli afloat are the art and management courses like mass communication, accountancy, etc., and part-time courses. The Wesley University of Science and Technology in Ondo State has been finding it difficult to get students to the extent that they want to turn it to a conventional university. Good luck anyway. That's comfort from Ibarra. Professor Abiola AAA sent to this one. ASUP Mapoli is a docile union that parleys with any administration in power for their personal benefit and has no effrontery to fight for the welfare of their members. The case of two principal officers that were sent on compulsory leave without any investigation, for which the union kept quiet, is sad. I hope they will not allow their members to suffer, as the case when TASUD was created. ASUP Mapoli must wake up. Professor Abiola AAA sent it down. Let's quickly react to these messages and tweets.
Let me start from Professor Abiola AA. I think it will be good for our listeners and everybody that what you don't have knowledge of, you probably don't talk about it, because you might be doing enough, you might be doing more damage than the good that you want to you intend to do. The cases that you have not mentioned, and those actors there would very, very well disagree with you that they were never given chance to defend themselves. So I want you to be properly guided before you begin to cast aspersion on collective people. And I don't see any of our members that have said that they has been wrongly punished. Having said that, there are a lot of things that are said concerning the school, but without wanting to cast aspersion on any school in Ogun State, I want my listeners to cast their mind back. Some 6 years ago, like I said, you hear no school today, they are shutting down school, this. But in the last 3-4 years, I can't remember any time that anybody will say Mapoli is on strike for financial reason. If Mapoli is going to be on strike, it has not been for financial reason. And as a matter of fact, we have not been on strike in the last 3 years, except when the national body calls us to join a solidarity strike. So to that extent, like I said, it's a function of leadership. Mapoli, as it is now, does not have all the required finances that it needs to run the school. But the school is running with the little that we have. And I beg to differ. This year, the population of our admitted students was reduced by about 62%. And the academic session has started since last year. And yet, we are not having any crisis in the school financially. All our programs are accredited by the regulating body, and we are funding all the necessary things in the school. That is a function of the priorities of the management of the school. And I dare say that the management of the school, led by Professor Oludele Iziola, has been financially honest, prudent, and they've been able to prioritize the needs of the school. And so to that extent, I don't think transforming Moshood Abiola Polytechnic under the guise of no fund will be what will affect it. Do we have the manpower? Yes. Do we have the space? Yes. The biggest thing that we require, do we have the political will of the owner of the school to want to transform it into a university? Yes, as witnessed on March 14th by the assenting a signature to the bill. And so when we have all these three components, and I really don't see why Mapoli cannot be self-sufficient. Like I said, for students that have graduated from Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, the formalities, I'm sure that eventually students that have HND of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic will be considered to come and do a top-up degree or a conversion program, whichever it, like I'm saying, like we're advocating. If the federal government will come out today and say that the dichotomy has been removed, and you still want to go ahead and have a BSc, it will not be like now go to start from 200 level. It will probably be a top-up program 1 year or 2 years, and you have your BSc if you still want to continue. So we are still saying that the government should go ahead and implement what the Council of Establishment has done. And we are also appealing to the Senate. The bill for the establishment of Polytechnic Act is still in the National Assembly. It has passed through the second reading, the public hearing, and we are waiting that immediately after the budget, something will be done about it. If all these are done, and then I will not see, okay, you now look at, okay, I have an HND. Do I still want to go back to school? If yes, you still find a place. If no, then you are not discriminated by the color of the certificate that you are presenting, but you will get to the peak where your brains and intellect and your skills can get you to.
Okay, we have more tweets coming in here. We have this from Crown. Please, how possible is the University of Technology? Akimbola RT, I know it's possible to have a polytechnic university like in abroad. We only need to look inward and think outside the box. Olayinka Richie, please, will the admission start after this session? Oladayo Joseph, please, an OND2 student to be admitted as a HND or into the university in Mapoli by next year. Won't the decisions be reversed when another government comes on board? Government policies are not consistent in Nigeria. That's from Oluwaseyi Emmanuel. Then Olide RT. How will Mapoli old students be duly converted to BTech? Will it be through a short program? That's a question from Olide RT.
Okay. I want to believe the saying that governance is continuum. And to that extent, I don't think any forward-moving governor or government will come and reverse this progress that is being made in the state. People might have examples that they want to cite, but I want to tell you that Moshood Abiola Polytechnic has actually met the dreams of those people that founded it. And when you begin to become bigger than the space that you are presently in, the best thing for you is to expand. I think Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, with all the manpowers and the resources that is available to it, is good enough to become the University of Science and Technology. And somebody said people are finding it difficult to do University of Science and Technology. I think gone are those science and engineering, because gone are those days where people run away from science. Not as many as biz admin and co, but you have enough students doing sciences now, computer science, computer engineering, science laboratory, tech, microbiology. You have enough students there that you even have to tell students that, okay, this is the number we can admit and this is the number we cannot admit. Like I said in the beginning, all our courses that we run in the Polytechnic now should start with the university. If you go to Olabisi Onabanjo University, Faculty of Management Science, that's where you have accountancy, biz admin. So if we have a Faculty of Management Science in the School of Science, it will not be out of place, and I don't think we will be running foul of any law. So we are still able to accommodate our laws. I'm sure your mass communication is under information and technology, yes. And so we are still able to run our courses. And so to that extent, I don't see the fear of us not being able to run any of the courses that we have presently.
All right, let's go to the calls. 009-868-7344, 0909-146-9670.
Hello? Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Chienye. Good morning, Tobi.
Good morning.
Good morning, our guests.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Unfortunately, today, Tobi and Chienye is like phone call is very priority today.
No, it's because we have a lot of messages and we wanted to do justice to them.
Yes,
sorry about that.
Sir?
Good marketing. Good marketing. Good marketing. However, my comment is to the governor. Hello? Yes, sorry, the name is Yekadidembo. My comment is to the governor. Yes, I pity our governor a lot because he has so many things he wants to do. However, to be realistic, even our primary schools are there that they need attention. Secondary schools, they are there, they need attention. The road, the gigantic project is started and it's almost finishing. They are there. So to me, embarking on anything now, to me, I don't know what to say. I guess they have marketed this thing very well, but the reality is that the fund is not there to do all those things. I'm surprised because the government just said that for the money they are going to be giving this Paris club something, it will help him to finish all the roads. What of if the Paris club money did not come? So I pity our governor a lot. I love him. He has want to do everything, but God will help him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, while we expect more calls, we have this from John Adiolu Bravo. Which year would Mapoli begin to admit as a university? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
I hope I'm on.
Yes, this is
you
Rock
are.
City FM.
Yes. I don't know why some people are enemy of progress. I just don't know.
Please, what's your
I
name?
know what will really cause
Your name.
Your name.
a 15.
Your name, please.
Is it going to start?
Okay, we're sorry we won't be able to continue with your call. There are rules set. You give us your name, where you're calling from first, and then you go ahead with your contribution. You can call back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, we have you. Good morning. Hello?
Hello.
Good
Yes,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning. Well done. I want to thank the guests in the house. And,
Please, your name.
Yeah, I'm the other one calling from Abeokuta.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Well, it's a good idea, and he has actually, he has spoken well. Only that my fear is the way he has presented the matter. It seems our guest does not really able to distinguish between university and a polytechnic. They are two different things entirely. The university is being regulated by English, and the amount of students, the number of students you can teach is dictated by the English, unlike polytechnic. So saying that they are self-sufficient. Polytechnic can be self-sufficient because they can admit students, as much as they need it. But the university is not so. Check out the two universities we have in Ogun State presently. They are underfunded, and government has practically neglected this university. And now creating the third one. You see, these union people will soon come back to this station very soon. Give them 2 years. They will come back to shout that the government is not supporting them, government is not doing this, government is not doing that. Instead of them to rise now and be objective about the matter and see, yes, we need to create avenue for our children to get admission. But is it by creating Mushroom University all about? Is it by political, sport? So, but my take is that the union should be sincere and really look, both inward and outward and see the implication of this university before they just support the government. So thank you. That's my.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Tobi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Alabajo. Yes, by all means, and to every right thinking, the governor of Ogun State, Moshood, will be praised on the first side. If he had not done it as it is meant to have been done now, who will then bear the part? Where then is the problem? When Otuba Gbenga converted Taske into Taswed, well, people criticize it. But today, Taswed is there. Now, don't let us begin to fear what is not necessary. The situation will not be permanent as we have it today. Tomorrow, let us expect a better tomorrow. And so, we have to praise our governor for his home site and for his courage. And I know God will bless his effort.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That'll be the last call we'll be able to take. Let me add these messages and then we'll have the final reaction and submission of Mr. Abiola. Okay, this one says, thank God for the journey so far in Mapoli. Really, Professor Itela has redeemed the image of Mapoli. Thank you. That's coming from Abiola in Abeokuta. All right, let's have your submission.
Thank you very much, Alaba John. I think for the graduates of TASWED, even beyond Abeokuta, you see that the teaching profession is also becoming a professional job, where if you don't have a certificate in education, you really don't get into teaching position, especially in primary and secondary school. And with enough people coming out from TASWED, I'm sure they will have fit into meet some lack or some deficiency in the teaching manpower in our primary and secondary school. I want to say that Academic Stafff Union of Polytechnic Moshood Abiola chapter is not a mouthpiece for the Ogun State government. And I must also say that we have our concerns and we look after the well-beings of our members. But that is not to say that we will close our eyes to when rules are being flouted. Mr. Abiodun, I want to correct your impression. As there is an NUC for the regulation of the university, there is also an MBTE for the regulation of Polytechnic. And if you say that Polytechnic admit people anyhow, maybe I will say that you are living in the past. Like I said earlier, before even your question, you are free to walk into Moshood Abiola Polytechnic today. I told you that the commencement of this session, that the student population of that school was reduced by 62%. You can confirm it was reduced by 62%. And if you reduce your student population by 62% and 5-6 months rolling and you still don't have a financial crisis, meaning that something fantastic is going on in that school. There is a regulatory body for NUC, for Polytechnic, which is the MBTE. Moshood Abiola Polytechnic is conforming to it. There are student-lecturer ratio, and which we are trying to complement with. I said in the beginning, the only thing that is constant in life is change. If you look at when Yaba Tech was set up, Decree 33 of 1979 that initially set up Yaba Tech was to provide, it was not stated there that Yaba Tech was to provide middle manpower, was to provide technical skills for full-time and part-time and for all and for business courses, so that we will meet the 20-year development plan of Nigeria then, so that Nigeria will go industrialized. If time event has evolved now and these things has fed up, we should also be able to move and feed into the next stage. And that's why, as a union, we welcome the transforming of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic into University of Science and Technology, and we hope that the governor will do an encompassing in the technical and transition committee.
All right, thank you very much for your calls, your messages, and tweets. We appreciate every one of you for your contribution this morning. Mr. Kola Abiola, thank you for honoring your invitation this morning.
Thank you for having me in the studio.
All right, tomorrow is another date on the Daybreak show. Right now, we say have a wonderful Wednesday. I am Tobi Joseph.
And I am Chienye Egwuonwu. Good morning.